Hey guys, welcome back to yet another video of TechWafer. Hopefully you are having a great day. Adil here, your host, and let's get started with the review of Realme 8. This phone is just announced at the price point of 39,999 Pakistani rupees, and that's almost 250 US dollars. And you can always go and check the latest and the lowest possible price in your region on techwafer.com/price. Now moving forward to the review, let's start off with the design of this particular device. Slapping a brand slogan at the back of smartphone is kind of bold move that Realme has opted for. But so far, it's going well for them. And Realme 8 has a design that you either like or dislike. There is no middle ground here. As far as the bag is concerned, you are getting the Dare to Leap branding, and that branding area covers 1/3 of the phone's back, and it also has this rainbow color effect. Apart from that, the rest of the back is covered with a silver color that company is calling Cyber Silver, and it looks promising. This phone has a polycarbonate back and scratches are there to stay. The Realme 8 is definitely a smartphone that can be used single-handedly, and you can use it on the daily basis without having to worry about its weight, because it weighs only 177 grams. That's a lightweight smartphone, and I personally prefer the thickness of this smartphone. It's almost 0.8 millimeter, which definitely proves how well the Realme concentrates on its design. And the curved edges makes it even more easier to hold the smartphone and operate it on the daily basis. A 6.4 inches AMOLED panel with 1080 x 2400 pixels and 180 Hz of touch sampling takes the display to next level. Let me explain how this 180 Hz of touch sampling improves the overall performance and how this helps in gaming. You know that iPhones are faster, right? And they've been using the same technology since iPhone 10. They had introduced 120 Hz touch sampling. Basically, touch sampling is a technique to accept more touches, and using such a technique to provide a better consumer experience in this price segment is definitely amazing. And speaking of amazing, getting an on-display fingerprint scanner that works surprisingly fast is another great addition in this smartphone, and it is worth an upgrade. And the best part about this in-display fingerprint scanner is that it is compatible with the cheaper 3D tempered glasses that are available in the market. I have not personally tested it, but there are some people and YouTubers out there who have tested it, and it works just fine. This fact of in-display fingerprint scanner might surprise you. And speaking of surprises, this phone carries MediaTek's Helio G95 chipset, which turns out to be an year-old chipset that's found on Realme 7 as well. But why they have added it in this smartphone? There's an explanation to that. You might have heard or read about the global chip shortage that's not only affecting the smartphone industry but also the PC manufacturers around the globe, because there is a severe demand of chipsets not only by smartphone manufacturers but also from PC manufacturers. And just recently, Apple also got hit by this shortage. Realme 8 and Realme 7 like devices that falls under budget segment uses 4G chipsets, and there is none launched in the first quarter of 2021, and we are not expecting to get another in the first half of 2021. So now that you are aware why they have included an year-old chipset, let's check its performance. And as far as the benchmarks are concerned, the Realme 8 has provided decent scores on Geekbench 5, on Antutu, and as well as on PCMark. So as far as the performance is concerned, this chipset, the G95, is a decent one, and it can cope up with any day-to-day tasks and high-end gaming. And speaking of gaming, this phone can run games like PUBG and Call of Duty on high settings. The PUBG could be played at around 30 frames per second, but Call of Duty could be played at 40 plus frames per second on maximum settings that are available on this smartphone. And that is not the best part of its performance. You can even run Genshin Impact, that is the high-end and the most resource consuming game on low settings, but you can play it. So overall, as far as the gaming performance of the phone is concerned, I think you should not be worried. They've also improved the cooling technology in this smartphone and introduced the copper liquid technology. And as far as the heating of the device is concerned, that technology might be helping it, because in my testing this phone does not go above 41 degrees Celsius, and that's a temperature that you get when you have played almost 5 to 6 matches on PUBG or Call of Duty. And during that period you'll not find any frame drop, stutter or lag. And the thanks goes to Realme's user interface 2.0, which has been improved a lot, and it is the nearest possible stock Android experience that you can get there. There are almost no bloatwares there, but the few ones that are available there could be uninstalled. There's no problem in that. Apart from that, the dialer, the messages and plenty of other apps are provided by Google, so they also consumes a lot less resources. And I found the performance of Realme 8 to be better because of Realme user interface 2.0. And speaking about the Realme user interface, it is bundled with the Android 11.0, and apart from Android 11's standard features, you are getting tons of customization in the Realme user interface 2.0. And not only that, it also improves the system performance by controlling the system consuming the resources efficiently. And the features that I like personally includes the dark mode and the icon customization. You can customize the icon as per your liking or mood. Overall, as far as the software improvements are concerned, they did a good job here. Well. It has a 64 megapixel primary shooter that's becoming a new norm. Under the low lighting, the default 64 mode suffers, and it suffers a lot. You'll get a lot of noise, and the photos that are captured with a 16 megapixel sensor are much better. Maybe because there's no software processing with the 64 megapixel mode, but here are a few samples on your screen right now, and you can compare both of them and decide on your own. And the camera app of the Realme 8 is a feature-rich app, and you are getting tons of options there. By default, the photos are captured at 16 megapixel instead of the 64 megapixel. The dynamic range, the colors, and the saturation of the photos is superb. The photos are little exposed, but that could be controlled by exposure locking. The selfies turned out to be good. Actually, the portraits were great. Photos that are captured with the front cam are decent. You do not usually get the noise there, except for the fact when you're using the smartphone in a super low light condition. The 4K videos are stable, and I've found them to be better than 1080 pixels, but the 1080 pixel mode has this ultra steady and ultra steady max mode that comes handy. But the ultra steady max mode introduces a lot of noise into the footage. Overall, you can capture balanced videos with the proper color and contrast, and this goes for photos too. And you may be interested in the starry mode. Yes, there is a starry mode in the Realme 8, and the samples that I've taken turns out to be great. But you may not get the starry mode right out of the box, because I had to update the phone to get it. So definitely there will be an option to update right when you unbox the phone, so you do not have to worry about that. But as far as the starry mode is concerned, I am happy that I have it, and it's not something that we usually use on daily basis, but it is a nice feature to have. And to use the starry mode, you'll definitely have to use a tripod. Other interesting feature of the camera includes the AI portrait, where you can capture some decent shots, and the photos that are captured with these modes will surely turn out to be interesting. And speaking of interesting, this phone carries a 5000 mAh battery that's to be charged with a 30-watt charger. That charger is going to fill up its battery up to 100% in almost 1 hour and 20 minutes, and almost 50% in less than 30 minutes, so that's a great charging speed out there. As far as the battery life of this particular phone is concerned, it can last a day for a heavy user, and if you are a normal smartphone user, it can last 2 days when you are playing a few rounds of PUBG and Call of Duty and taking snaps. As far as the battery life of the Realme 8 is concerned, you shouldn't worry about that. Well, it's time for the verdict, and I found the Realme 8 to be a much better option in this price segment, even compared to the Realme's 8 Pro. Apart from that, it has a decent benchmark scores, and it can compete with the Redmi Note 10 Pro as well. That has a Snapdragon 732G. So if you are planning to buy a device in this particular price segment, you definitely should consider the Realme 8. And with that being said, this is Adil signing off, and do not forget to like this video, share it with your friends and family, and also subscribe to TechWafer for more fresh content. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, peace out.